It was a farewell no one was ready to say.
But it somehow seemed easier for all of us to say it together. Good evening, I'm Sandra Pinckney for Richard Scher.
And I'm Deborah Stone. People from all over Baltimore turned out for Jerry's funeral this afternoon. His family, co-workers, friends who have moved on to other cities, and people who knew Jerry only as the man they loved to watch on the evening news each night. It was a sad goodbye for each of us, because now we know we must carry on without him. We have 2 reports on today's service, the first from Alex Dimitrick.
Jerry Turner was among friends at the Presbyterian Church in Towson this afternoon. Some of the closest carried his casket after cancer claimed Maryland's best-known television newsman New Year's Eve. There were those who shared Jerry Turner's public life at WJZ-TV, the co-workers and colleagues of the past 25 years, and family members who shared the private life of a man who tried hard to stay out of the center of attention, but whose work placed him there daily. And there were the people Jerry Turner met while working, people he frequently reported on, but who considered him more than just another reporter.
Just a good guy. He understood politics, he understood news, he understood people.
I just love the fact that Jerry tried to leave us always with a humorous story at the end of every newscast, and I think that as we think about the end of his life, we'd like to concentrate on those bright times, the fun times we had with him, and I'm just here to, pay my last tribute to him.
There were also people who never met Jerry Turner, and they waited up to 2 hours in freezing weather to enter the church because they considered Jerry Turner to be their friend. It was that ability to touch people that Turner's friend and co-anchor Al Sanders talked of during the brief service.
For here was a man you could truly know by watching the evening news. Here was a man whose style, zest for life, and wit all came from within. Nothing made up just for the camera. It was there both on and off the screen. And that's why Jerry Turner has a lot of friends. Through good times and bad, Jerry's presence helped to bring us all better times.
Only today, the times are sad. In Towson, Alex Dimitrick, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
Today's short service was punctuated by beautiful choir music and selections from the Baltimore Brass Quintet.
Music was one of Jerry's loves. Another one of his loves was people. Jerry enjoyed talking with everyone. As Ann Kellen reports, today, everybody talked about Jerry.
Despite the cold, they waited to say goodbye to a man they had invited into their homes every night. And up and down the lines, the comments were all the same.
He was like family. You just loved him.
He feels like part of the family. He was a nice man. He's a beautiful man.
My daughter says he's the only newscaster I ever knew. She's 28. In other words, that was her favorite.
And whenever you went to the studio, he always made you feel at home, and you would be nervous until you actually got to talk to him, and he would smile and say hi, and you felt as though everything was going to be all right.
And that's how those of us who worked with Jerry felt too. He made everything all right. As his casket left the church today, his family, his friends followed. People who had worked with Jerry throughout the 25 years here, colleagues from other stations, we all followed, just like we've always done and will continue to do.
Jerry Turner was everything good in this business and none of the bad things. And he was my friend, and I will miss him. We all will.
I knew Jerry, and he wasn't a competitor. He was an example.
There was Jerry Turner, and then there was the rest of us in this business. I mean, he stood above all of us, and there'll never be another one. There'll never be another Jerry.
How do you feel?
I don't know.
You know, as long as you've got memories, nobody ever dies. The hurt's here. Give it a couple weeks, the memories will be only good ones.
And how will we remember Jerry?
I think he just wants us to remember him, the good things that he's did for this community, and just the joy he would bring to people, the joy.
As a good person that keeps a smile on his face all the time, all the time.
The eyes. His eyes smile.
We'll miss you, Jerry, very much. Ann Kellen, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
Jerry Turner will be buried in Marion, South Carolina on Tuesday.
Many of those who loved and remembered Jerry Turner were broadcasters from television's golden years. One such man is meteorologist Jim Smith. You may remember he and Jerry shared the Channel 13 anchor desk from 1962 to 1969. He and Jerry also shared a love of work, family, and a passion for golf.
I worked with Jerry during the 60s in Baltimore, and it was a time, I guess, we were both really growing up with the business. Jerry and I had a lot in common. We were both raising a family at that time. We also liked to play together, not only work together. And our favorite sport, I guess, at that time, Jerry and I liked to play golf together. And only one thing that he didn't like is when I would tell his golf score on the air. Well, it was really a shock when I was told of Jerry's passing. My deepest sympathies to the family and to the city of Baltimore. It'll be a big loss for you, too.
Smith, who's been doing the weather in Tampa since he left Baltimore, says that time has not erased his memories of that very special friend. Once again, it is Jerry's wish that in lieu of flowers, contributions be made to the scholarship fund that bears Jerry's name. You may send donations to the Jerry Turner Scholarship Fund, 6 East Hamilton Street, Baltimore, Maryland, 21202.
A one-hour special program on Jerry Turner's life and career at Eyewitness News is planned for Monday night. This tribute will give you an opportunity to call in and express your feelings as well. The program, called Jerry Turner, airs tomorrow night from 8 till 9.
The purchase of an R&H Mercedes-Benz always guarantees an exceptional value. But if a Mercedes is just slightly over your head, look for great down-to-earth deals on R&H Toyotas, like brand new 1988 Tercel EZs from $59.48, or R&H Toyota Trick Trucks. These hot-looking 4xs are locked and loaded for off-road adventuring, and this special package starts at this special low price. R&H Motor Cars, Reisterstown Road in Owings Mills, for high value and down-to-earth deals.
If you see one of these in your doctor's office, it's a sure sign you have one of Baltimore's finest physicians. If you don't, call 828-GBMC.
When Fox has their inventory reduction sale, it's part of a $30 million event. Discounts on over 3,000 cars, trucks, and vans. Tremendous cashback programs and factory bonuses. 23 acres of vehicles for immediate delivery. Year-end trade-in allowances and low monthly payments. This spectacular sales event is only at Fox, and it's only for a very limited time. Fox Hyundai and the Chevrolet Auto and Truck Discount Center, Security Boulevard, Beltway, Exit 17. Fox, the only way to drive in the new year.
Hey, Vern. I am the genuine maitre d' of TV, a connoisseur of comedy. And I'm here to tell you, Vern, that Channel 13 has got more funny stuff on TV than the 4th grade's got spitballs. It's the afternoon funnies, Vern, with shows like Family Ties and Taxi. May I suggest Monsieur begin with something to tickle the taste buds? The afternoon funnies, Vern, on WJZ. Nostalgically tart, yet playfully demure. Know what I mean?
This is a difficult time for us here at Channel 13, but in keeping with Jerry's journalistic integrity, we now go on with the rest of today's news. It was just 1 year ago, at 1:30 in the afternoon, that we first reported an accident in Chase, Maryland. No one knew then what kind of nightmare had just begun. This afternoon, Chase residents and
The key to our tomorrows is the youth of today. So throughout the year, we'll be sponsoring programs and community events to help develop our most precious resource. It's time we recognize kids for what they really are.
Well, on a snowy night, let's heat it up. A little sports from John Buren. Why don't we?
Boy, put the pressure on me.
Well, you got the fire. I know that.
All right, let's run it. We're going to start out with some soccer. Blast is back home off the road tonight. They got the Chicago Sting in. 8 o'clock start time down at the fabulous Baltimore Arena. take a live shot from downtown right now as the Blast team captain, Tim Whitman, standing by. Hello, Tim.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. New team captain. I think you're the youngest team captain in the league. How are you taking to your new responsibilities, my friend?
You know, I enjoy it. I feel proud that Kenny gave me the job, and I can't change anything any different than what I've been doing. I think I got the position for what I have been doing on the field and off the field.
All right, Tim, let me ask you a question.
I can't hear a thing right now.
Okay, that's fine if it works for you. Look, I want to know, you had the game-winning goal in Kansas City the other night, so y'all stopped that 7-game losing streak. We got a replay of that. I want you to look at it. Tell me how it came down. Dramatic play.
Okay, Andy Chapman had got the ball there, and this has happened once or twice before, but this time it had worked where Andy backheels it, and it just came my way this time, right? And then luckily the ball went in the goal.
Okay, that's terrific. Hope you all get it going the other direction now. You're off the losing streak. Tim, thank you very much for being with us, okay? Thanks a lot. Good luck tonight. All right. Tim Whitman with us live from the Baltimore Arena as they're home against the Chicago Sting. The NFL playoffs this weekend. 4 conference semifinal contests are on the card. Redskins getting ready to have a go at it with the Chicago Bears in Chicago. The last time these two met in the playoffs just a year ago, Skins just about thumped them, which you would think would set up the Bears for a revenge motive. Doug Williams says he doesn't see the game happening that way, though.
I try not to play any athletic event with the fact that a revenge. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of other things from a revenge standpoint and never come out on top. So I think the best thing that any team could do is go in and play the best football that they're capable of playing and let the chips fall where they may.
That's Doug Williams and the Redskins going into Chicago on Sunday, where temperatures are expected down in the low 20s, wind gusts up to 25 and 30 miles an hour. Bob Turk says that means the wind chill is going to be down near 10 degrees. And now, for some insight on this weekend's games, ladies and gentlemen, the living legend is with us, Art Donovan. Hello,
Well,
Arthur.
say, John, how are you?
Happy Elvis's birthday to you, my friend.
Thank you, you too.
I understand you just had a wild and woolly time down in Jamaica.
Well, it's always good to be home. The guy ruined my whole vacation. Had a little fink down there, the customs man at the airport in Jamaica. First of all, he took my 18 pounds of Hebrew National hot dogs away from me. Then he took 5 pounds of bologna. Then I said, I hope I never catch in Baltimore because the bologna and the hot dogs are going to come up. You know where?
So you'll be visiting Jamaica sometime real soon, I bet.
Yeah, no place like Baltimore.
All right, good. Let's take a look at a couple of these ball games. Starting out with the Redskins game in Chicago, where it's going to be raw-bone cold, they say. Bears are favored by 4.5. What do you think?
I like Ditka, but I got to go along with Joe Gibbs. He's the only guy, coach, that's got enough nerve now in the NFL to stay with 4 down linemen on a 3rd down and forget that prevent defense, which is a lot of baloney, which has never worked. I like Ditka, but I'm going to go with the Redskins.
Redskins in an upset you like there. All right, your Colts, the Indianapolis Colts, playing in beautiful Cleveland. Browns are a 7.5-point favorite there.
I like the Colts. I like the Colts.
Really?
I don't like Cleveland. I don't like their quarterback. He throws the ball sidearm. Looks like, you know, Ewell Blackwell. You remember the pitcher with Cincinnati? And the Colts, they got together. They got a good offensive line. They got a good runner. Sometimes I think he's a little bit of a pussyfooter. What's his name?
Dickerson?
The guy that wears the glasses.
Right.
Yeah. But, nah, I take the Colts.
So you like both the upsets. All right, great. We've got a question for Arthur today in our Ask Artie segment, so let's turn that sucker loose.
Yo, Artie, this is Tim. I was wondering if you made any New Year's resolutions this year.
No. Maybe just to have more peace on earth. But other than that, no, I don't make any resolutions.
Oh, pretty philosophical.
Who?
Philosophical, you are.
Well, you know, once in a while you got to get serious.
What are your impressions of the Bidwell situation right now with the Cardinals?
I think this guy's making a think out of everybody. He's, you know, he's in Phoenix, he's in Jacksonville, he's in Baltimore. Everybody's playing it up. He says he don't know. I'd like to tell him what to do with his team, but they'll run me out of the city here.
So you wouldn't really, it wouldn't bother you if he took his team to Phoenix?
I told you before, it's not a tragedy. If he goes to Phoenix, good luck. The tragedy, as I said, is when a child gets killed or dies of cancer. That's the tragedy, not losing a football team. Believe me.
I think we'd all agree on that, my friend. Great to see you back. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you, and the same to you and many more of them, John.
Let's have a great 88, okay?
Oh, boy.
Art Donovan, the living legend, with us live here at 6 o'clock on Eyewitness News. All right, we'll have more on this weekend's NFC playoff games for you coming up tonight with the night team, but finally this evening, our weekly Geek of the Week feature. We got one geek and one geek only for you. Knucklehead out in Denver. pushed an orange crush can all the way from downtown out to Mile High Stadium with his nose. All of this in a publicity plea to try to get some playoff tickets for the Broncos game. Yeah, that'll work. So that's him. That qualifies for a geek.
Yes, I think I understand.
What kind of distance is that? Downtown to Mile High?
2.5 miles.
Oh, my.
On your hands and knees.
Oh,
in the cold.
Yes, sir.
Have your blast highlights at 11, Al. Denise.
Thank you, John. Coming up at 6 Monday night with the Eyewitness News team, Public Summit 88, we kick off a month-long series on how Marylanders feel about Soviet-U.S. relations. Then we'll take a look at Maryland senior citizens and their buddy system. It's a special network helping them through the winter. And the Coast Guard could be facing some tough times Monday at 6. We'll see how layoffs could be on the horizon. Join us Monday night at 6 for Channel 13's Eyewitness News.